This is Roger Struckoff with Syscon TV at Cloud Expo East, New York in the year 2016. And we're sitting right now with Adam Rogers with ANEXIA. Thank you for joining us. As I understand it, you're based in Europe, your company is, but you're based here in the U.S. So tell us a little bit about the company and what you do.
We're a global managed hosting provider. We have installations in 62 cities and 45 countries around the world. And basically our core customer set is a US-based customer that is looking to go global. They want to have instances of their services to be delivered in various parts of the globe, and they can't host them all here in the United States. They need to be closer to where that customer set's going to be.
Well, that must be like a huge exploding market at this right now.
It is, absolutely. We're getting requests every day. A lot of these, young startup companies, they're doing very well in the U.S. It's like, wow, we need to reach out and get customers everywhere around the world. So they look to companies like ourselves to be able to install the equipment and get it up and running, get it on a global IP network, and reach those far-flung customers. Yeah.
To what degree do they sort of tell you what their requirements are, and then what degree do you help them along with the technical path? Do you have to help train them, or how does that work?
Oftentimes our customers think they know exactly what they want, and they get it in front of us, and we respond to that in a positive way, but oftentimes we'll come up with various suggestions about how to do it more efficiently, how to do it more cost effectively, how to do it more quickly. And once we develop that rapport with our customers, they start to trust us and they start to listen to us a bit more.
What sort of range in requirements do you have in terms of big, small, spiky traffic, all that stuff?
Yeah, that's a very good question. We have customers who need something as small as a small little virtual machine with one core CPU, 1 gig of RAM, and 10 gigabytes of hard disk space, that they just need it out there in the ether. In a far-flung place, maybe many of them all over the world, and others that need dedicated servers, maybe a full rack of installation, fully managed, load balanced, firewalling, the whole 9 yards.
How long have you been doing this, and how have you seen things change maybe in the last year or two, and how do you see things changing the next just year or two?
I think one of the things that we've discovered is that customers are really coming around to the idea of putting everything out there in the cloud. Before, it was a lot deeper of a conversation to get them to think about doing that before, and now it's like, yes, we need to do this. We don't necessarily know how to do it, but that decision point has already been made.
Are you maybe sometimes in the ironic situation of you used to have these long selling cycles, and now it sounds like the demand's on you for time, and now the selling cycle's almost too short or something?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, because a lot of times the customers that come to us now actually have already made up their minds to do this. They're not in the deciding mode at that point.
Right.
They've already said, we're going to do this. Now they may be putting us against 2 or 3 other vendors, and we have to go through that sales cycle, but they've already made the decision we're going to go forward. They maybe already have the budgeting for it, and so the sales cycle it's getting a lot more compressed.
Skeptical days are over in behalf of a lot of people, and there are a lot of startups, and they're not all just tech startups, and that's the thing. You talk about some of these smaller deployments, they're mission critical.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, how do they find you? What's the best way to find you? How do your customers find you, and why do they do business with you?
Our customers come through us basically through a Google search. That's the core lead generation for us. We're not so huge that we have a huge Google AdWords spend,
right,
and the spend for this type of industry is very high, so that has not been such an effective method for people to find us. But when people who find us generally need us, and when I say that, I mean they need somebody with a global reach. There's not too many players out there who have the global reach that we are able to enable. Okay. And so when they're Google searching for something along those lines, they find us, they need us.
And your URL?
ANEXIA-IT.com.
ANEXIA-IT.com. We've been sitting here with Adam Rogers from ANEXIA talking about turning yesterday's skepticism into today's action. There's a bias for action with his customers. You can find him online. Adam, thank you much for joining us. Thanks for watching. For Syscon TV, this is Roger Struckoff.